Welcome to the Moraine Historical Minute. Hi, I'm Dave Miller from the city of Moraine. Moraine is very rich in history. Prior to the Moraine Air Park, another air park actually occupied the land that is today's Wax Park. So today we're going to take a look at the history of Neff Airport. The land that eventually became Wax Park was once a dirt airfield. It was called Neff Airport or Neff Field and existed from 1947 to 1963. The 1,800-foot grass runway ran north and south and was located where the Payne Recreation Center is today. Planes taking off to the north had to cross above the railroad tracks and gain altitude or steer east or west very quickly to avoid the Pinnacle Cliffs. The 30-acre field in Miami Shores was owned, operated, and maintained by one man, Berlin Neff. Neff bought the land way back in 1944. The field had been used as an airfield before Neff acquired it, but badly needed improvements. Neff cleared 200 to 300 trees from the landing field and its approaches so that he could quickly qualify the airport for the GI flight training program. In June of 1947, Neff had 15 students enrolled in the program. Berlin Neff, who was a former Delco Products worker, learned to fly in 1939 and was a former Army pilot from 1941 to 1943. He had enlisted in the glider program, which folded when he was partway through, and he continued the training and service as an instructor in light airplanes. With lumber sawed and the felled trees, Neff built 5 homemade airplane hangars. He added corrugated metal to the sides. He poured his own concrete floors to house the airplanes. For the airport administration building, Neff moved a small one-story frame building to the field. It was elevated due to the problem of flooding in the area because this was long before the levee was installed there. Neff developed a recreation area for pilots and friends consisting of a real small pond stocked with fish. It had a stone fireplace and, believe it or not, a badminton court. In Montgomery County Engineer website in 1949, this photo shows that the runway, and I've got it circled in the photo there, the runway and the large circle, which was actually a skydiving landing circle. The old Dayton Sport Parachute Club would jump there. The Journal-Herald newspaper had an article in September 26th of 1951 reporting where the pilot of a Stinson sport plane failed to gain sufficient altitude on takeoff to clear the trees near the airport, and the plane's tail struck the trees. The plane crashed upside down in an adjacent cornfield. Luckily, the adult and his 4-year-old daughter received minor injuries, as well as the pilot, who lived nearby on Willowview Drive in Miami Shores. And a Vultee BT-13B, number 33, a World War II trainer plane flown from Neff Airfield, is now in the loft at the National Museum of the United States Air Force at Wright-Patterson Air Force Base in Dayton. It is blue and yellow, previously owned by Ray Bradley of West Carrollton, who was the former president of the National Waco Club. Well, that was a nostalgic look back at Neff Airport. I'm Dave Miller, and as always, thanks for tuning in to this edition of Moraine Historical Minute.